What's up, everybody? So it was a long ass day. Like I'm telling you guys, it went down today on social media in Teen Mom Land. And it's crazy because I report more about what happens on social media than I ever did the actual show. The actual show is just not the same anymore. Nobody gives a fuck. So let's get in on it because Lauren finally breaks her silence after what, 3 years of Javi just plain dogging her out. So a couple of months ago, we all know this embarrassing episode of Teen Mom aired where Kail said that Javi was trying to fuck her in a Wawa's parking lot, embarrassing Lauren for probably the third or fourth time. If you guys go back seasons ago, she was on stage with Leah saying that Javi was trying to fuck her in her dressing room one reunion. Then she also was like, "Good luck, Lauren. He's been cheating on you since you were pregnant," and blah, blah, blah. And then it's the whole fiasco where I believe that she had people to send information to my page linking Javi to all these randoms that he used to mess with in his gym. So it's been a lot of, just things going on where Kail literally embarrassed her. Reports were saying that Lauren had finally had enough and that she was leaving him, but my connect that was in Delaware was telling me that Lauren's car was always at the residence that she shared with Javi and that there was no way. But apparently she did move out. One of her friends asked her, did she move out? Because she shared like a new scenery area with her and Eli, and it's just her and Eli, and she's a single mom now or whatever. And this one last thing, like, literally broke the camel's back. So yeah, let's just get into it. It's a lot. This is the live video that she did today.
Not what it has against you. And so I just have to look at this as a blessing. The night I found out, along with the whole world, we were gonna go and put a deposit down on a house the very next day. Like, I'm thankful that I obviously found out. But this has been going on for 3 years, and I think there's a lot more that none of us know, and only 2 people know. I think there's a lot more truth to it. Tough times deserve to come on here and show some real fucking pain that people have caused, and they still don't give a shit about it. I have to lose my son 50% of the time for someone else's actions. So it's really fucking hard. And if you missed the beginning of this, for those that are saying, well, she knew what she was getting into, she knew this, she knew that, there's a lot you guys don't know. I just... It's just really fucking upsetting that 2 people can still be okay with causing people this much pain. It's really fucking upsetting. I have dealt with my fair share of betrayal and pain and all of that my whole life. But what I learned today, what I found out today from the kids, nonetheless, just makes me feel like the last 3 years, they've just been waiting for this to happen. And I've always known people have been against me and Javi. I've always known people have been fighting against us being together, and people have wanted to see us break up our whole life. Our whole relationship. And now that it's finally here, it's just like, where did those 3 years go? So it's like people can move on with their life and, their relationship gets better and this and that. And then I'm just left here to pick up the fucking pieces for me and my kid who are stuck here with no family and no.
All right, so I feel really bad for Lauren as a woman being in this situation. She also touched on the third base thing with Brianna and Kail and said that when that episode of Teen Mom aired, she was like 8 months pregnant and she pretty much swept that on the rug about being a third choice because she was already in the situation and she was just going to try to make it work. And then things just kept happening over and over again. The incident in the bathroom, one of the ultimatums that Javi actually gave her was that, all of this drama will go away if we quit Teen Mom. Boy, was he wrong. It only intensified. So he was in the bathroom with some random that he works out with. The internet found out about it, plastered it everywhere. She left for a while, but then ultimately came back. And then this situation that happens with Kail, she left and came back. But she also swept under the rug that famous scene about Javi trying to fuck her at the reunion. It's just a lie. So right after Lauren did her live, I was getting blown up. People was asking me, did I have it? Somebody said something big happened, but she didn't say what. She said she found out some news today that confirmed that the last 3 years with Javi were a joke. And if you see Javi driving around in a black Suburban today, you'll know what happened. Either Kail and him were together or Creed is his or something big. She was like sobbing, saying she's stuck in Delaware due to Eli by herself with no family or friends. That is what happened. And then we see that Kail and Javi are at the dealership together. And allegedly, Ashley had this information before anybody. And I was talking to her and she's like, I don't understand why Lauren is getting mad over this small thing. It's nothing big. She was assuring me it was nothing big. So then Ashley puts out this story and everybody's just like, wow, this was anticlimactic. A source tells Ashley that Javi just purchased Kail's old car and Lauren is very upset about it. He had a white SUV that he traded into the dealership in order to get the black Suburban Kail had recently traded into the dealership, the source said. Kail and Javi are definitely not getting back together, the source added, and said that Lauren went on her live to insinuate that she believes that Kail and Javi have done more over the years than just buy and sell cars to each other. She just feels like Javi buying Kail's car is a sign that they're still hooking up and have been behind her back for years. Lauren feels like Javi driving a car that used to belong to Kail is a slap in her face. But what's funny is the white SUV that she and Javi both used to drive was also Kail's car originally. Lauren used to drive it around knowing it was Kail's old car and it never bothered her. When Lincoln casually mentioned to Lauren that Javi went to go buy Kail's car, she flipped out, even though she and Javi aren't together and haven't been together for a while. Alright, so cool story, bro, and it was probably true, but a lot of people didn't buy it. For one, everybody knows or believes that the source is Kail all of the time when it comes to the Ashley. And another thing was people was like, well, how does this person know all this information in the short span of 4 hours that it happened or whatever? Ashley did a write-up like maybe 2 hours after everything. We were all still trying to scramble and find out what happened. So that's why people think that the source is Kail. And I don't think that the source was wrong about what she said. I believe that what she said did play out, but people are not taking into consideration how Lauren really feels. So my source, which is just somebody that I said that works with Lauren, one of the only people that she even talks to in Delaware, said, I know you see this shit. Javi is an ass. The whole situation is Javi left her. She moved out, got good a couple days ago. The last time I talked to her, she said they agreed to live separately, but she's honestly having a hard time coping. She's scared and paranoid. She has a lot of time to think up these situations in her head and she just can't trust him. I don't think it's like that with his ex-wife, but now Lauren can only see the bad in him. She can't trust him and allegedly he's not trying to fix it with them. It's cold and dead when they are together. So she thinks he's having sex with somebody to feed this need, only the need that, Lauren would know how bad he likes sex. Whatever. So it's all bad because, like I told you, she is completely in love with the guy. So I feel like Javi is not trying to make it work now. He's just like, hey, whatever. And he put this co parenting agreement in with Lauren, and he's being real cold to Lauren, according to the person that works with Lauren. And it's really taking a mental breakdown on her because usually when they break up, Javi is the one begging and panting like, a little puppy, please get back with me. I'm going to change. And it's like this time he's just like, look, it just ain't gonna work out. We was two strangers that met on blackpeoplemeet.com, and it's just not gonna work. Like, I didn't know you like that. I moved you down here. You was a stranger. You did a fly by night one time when you went on vacation. You stopped in Delaware. I dropped it off in your drawers, and now here we are. You know what I'm saying? So it's a bad situation. Also, there are some rumors going around online that Javi has actually moved on and he's dating somebody, allegedly, in the Air Force that lives in PA. There's also another rumor, allegedly, that he also messed with V's stepsister. Now, y'all be detectives and go find that stuff out on your own because my inboxes are not fact. They are nothing except speculation.